Hi, I'm Summer Song, and I wanted to bring you into my kitchen and make some gluten-free cookies out of this book. It's going to be Vanilla Wafers. So this book is the Gluten-Free Kitchen by Roben Ryberg, and I love it actually because all the stuff I've made out of it so far has been fairly good. It's fairly easy to make, and I'm going to show you how. Let's go. So what we have here first is we're going to have to, it says here, oh, let me read this to you because this is the cookies we're going to make. These little cookies are just a little higher and paler in color than store-bought vanilla wafers, but they taste better than the store-bought version too. Seems like a good trade-off to me. So this is going to be good. So the first thing in the directions it says to do, so I've got all of my ingredients all laid out and pre-measured, ready to go. So what I'm going to do is read the directions, right? Okay, preheat oven to 350. Aha! So we are going to turn that on to 350, and it is started. So we've got it on in a medium bowl. It says cream together, shortening, sugar, and oil. Okay, so it's 1/4 cup of shortening, 3/4 cups of sugar, and 1/4 cup of oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in here, and I'm going to use my little hand mixer there to cream it all together. Where is it? It is right here. So we've got, no, we want the oil. So is it the, let's see, shortening, yes, the shortening. So yes, we're good. So we'll do the shortening right here, and we'll add the sugar in. We'll put these into the sink right there. So we have them in the sink. Now, I want to talk about gluten-free for a minute because a lot of people think that being gluten-free is just some fad diet that people are going on because they want to be healthier. That's not really always true. Quite often that's not true because let me tell you, if you're not allergic to gluten, why would you go through all this trouble to make something that doesn't have gluten? Just don't eat the fattening stuff, right? With gluten intolerance and gluten allergies, allergies to wheat, celiac disease, we can't eat gluten. It makes us really sick. It has different symptoms for different people, but it has a lot of symptoms. And for me, it makes me really ill. So I cannot eat gluten. But I do like fattening stuff, obviously. But if it wasn't for this, I would be having very boring Wiccan meetings, okay? Because let's face it, Wiccans are fat because we love our food and we love our sweet treats, we love our cakes and ale. So being gluten-free, it puts a damper on those things for me because I can't eat that stuff. But on special occasions, I can make cookies like this. And it's okay because this is going to be more than cookies when I'm done. I'm going to actually turn it into a banana pudding with a meringue topping and all that stuff. It's going to be delicious. So anyway, so gluten-free. I'm going to go ahead and mix this. It's going to be loud. Okay, so that's all creamed together. When we cream together, that it kind of looks like that. Let's see if I can get this in here. So I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's very creamy, all mixed together very well. Not too bad. Let's see what other parts. Now let me tell you, some of this gluten-free cooking can be very messy, so be careful. And don't wear anything really nice because if you do, you're going to get stuff all over it. You should put your nice stuff on after it's cooked. Okay, let's see, the directions here. Okay, so we just add the remaining ingredients, which are vanilla flavoring, 2 eggs, 3/4 cups potato starch, 1 cup cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon guar gum, 1/2 teaspoon xanthan gum, and 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup water. I'm dying to taste these because the pound cake that I made was to die for. So I'm really hoping these turn out really well too. So let's add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so we'll be mixing them and adding them slowly, I'm sure. Oh my God, this is a very smooth batter like cake mix. Look at my mixer, it's got like white powder all over it because all that is starch. There's no heavy flour, it's just starch. Let's see. Not bad. Now when I measured this stuff out, I measured it exactly. Let me see if I can get some more of this stuff out of here. The one thing about being gluten intolerant or having celiac disease or any of that is we missed out on a lot of good foods. You know, we miss out on a lot of tasty foods. They're not really good for you foods, so it's not really like our bodies miss it. It's just that our taste buds kind of like that stuff. So, like, I love fattening food. I love cake. Cake is like one of my biggest things. I love cake. And I can't have cake anymore because I can't have gluten. But with this book, it's got cake recipes in there. I'm dying to make those too. So for the meantime, cookies are going to have to do. Now in the book it says that we're supposed to, or that we should use like a pastry thing, whatever, to squeeze it onto this stuff. I ain't got any of that stuff because let's face it, I'm not a chef. I don't bake. I'm not any of that. I'm just a cook trying to live because I'm just a housewife or whatever, just trying to make do with what I got. And I can't have store-bought stuff. And a lot of the store-bought stuff, it has stuff in it that says that it's gluten-free, but some of the stuff it has in it, like annatto and stuff like that, really bothers my gluten allergy. And I know that they're not exactly gluten, but they do bother it. So I can't eat those things. So it helps me to be able to make my own gluten-free fattening stuff that I really want to indulge, you know, into all the good stuff for less, and I know it's not going to make me sick. So that's why I'm doing this. As you saw, it's not really that difficult, and if you look at the batter, it's really kind of a thick cake mix, you know. So that's why for a better looking cookie you have to, you know, put them in one of those little squeeze tubes and squeeze it onto the baking sheet. So I don't have that. I'm just going to drop it on and we're going to see how they turn out. So let me, oh, I need to grease my, see, I'm using my shortening. So I'm lightly greasing a cookie sheet. I've put aluminum foil on it so that it doesn't take too long to clean it up. If it sticks or burns on, you know, it's an easy cleanup. I don't have to worry about it. I can just throw it all away and not have to worry about scrubbing it or soaking it or doing anything to get the burnt stuff off. So, and yes, I do burn stuff. So here we go. Let's drop these cookies are supposed to make like 40 cookies or something like that. So hopefully it'll be enough. Hopefully I'm doing it, you know, small enough. I don't think I am, but hopefully I'm not doing the cookies, you know, too big because they're supposed to be little tiny wafers. I've never made these before. I don't know how they're going to turn out. It's not my recipe, and I'm new to cooking gluten-free stuff like this, gluten-free cookies and whatnot. Sorry, I was just thinking about the show, what is it called, Disjointed, when that girl, you know, she was the whatnot girl. I don't know if y'all saw that, but that was hilarious. But anyway, I just said whatnot, so it was like, you know, funny to me. But anyway, I am going to try to get a few more of these on there. I know my oven is ready, so I'm going to try to get it on there. Okay, about 10 minutes and see what happened here. So see what these cookies look like. Anyway, take care. I'll be right back. Hi, we're back. So this is what happened to my cookies. I don't know if you can see that. See how they just kind of went all the way down into the pan, and you know, they just kind of slid forward and just kind of slid into like one big lump. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. So I've taken the time to grease this muffin tin and hopefully this will work. I don't know if I put too much batter in here or not, but I figured it's a cake batter, like a very thick cake batter consistency, so I figured I would try this and see how that turns out. If nothing else, it'll be like little cakes that I can use on the bottom layer of my banana pudding. So let's see if I can get these to turn out. So here we go. Oh, and when I did it on 10 minutes, it didn't really work very well, so I put them on for another 2, which I'm going to set this one for 12 minutes and see how it goes. There we go, 12 minutes, and we'll see. So I would want to take a minute to taste these, so let me get a spatula. I want to see at least if the batter tastes good, you know, if they taste good cooked. So let me see if I can scrape a piece off of here. Well, hey, they come off in like big chunks. So let's see. Oh, they come apart. Okay, they do have a good flavor. And they're very cake-like. Sorry. Very good. These are tasty. They don't really taste like vanilla wafers to me, but they do taste good and they'll make a good crust. So that's my whole goal for these cookies. Now we're gonna see how it turns out. So just hold on a minute and I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. I wanted to take a minute and go over how these cookies actually turned out. Now, let me grab one off of the little this little sheet I have. Okay, this is the cookies. See, they're round at least, you know. They have like this little bump. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like this little bump right here, this little lump. It shouldn't really have that. Maybe I put a little too much batter, but they are kind of crisp like a cookie, and they are kind of delicious. So they don't really taste like a vanilla wafer. They do taste a little more like a sugar cookie. That's okay. It'll still work for my banana pudding, and I'm still gonna look forward to that. Fine. I will go ahead and use that for my banana pudding because I'm gonna use it as like a crust on the outer layer, like a banana pudding pie or a banana cream pie. But I'm going to use vanilla pudding with banana slices, and I'm going to do a layer of raspberry glaze over it. I think that's going to be good. I'm still kind of debating whether or not I want to put a meringue on top, but if I do, hey, why not, right? So I'm going to enjoy this cookie and make the rest of my batches, and hopefully you'll give her book a try and try some of her recipes, and you may enjoy them. And keep in mind, if you're cooking for a gluten-free person, or if you're gluten intolerant or have a gluten allergy or wheat allergy, when you go to buy things that say they're gluten-free or that they're pre-made in the store, even though they're marked gluten-free, please read the labels, because sometimes there are things in there that your gluten intolerant person or your celiac person could not tolerate. So check them out, read the labels on everything you get, like vanilla, different flavors. You have to really be careful and make sure it says gluten-free on it on these, because the flavors and stuff sometimes have things in them that will irritate that intolerance. Oh, and by the way, stop by witchdigest.com to learn a little bit about witchcraft, get a little opinion and some ideas of what witches think, and read some of the comments because some of them are interesting. Also, we do answer our contacts and our emails that we get. We also respond to messages. We have a Facebook page and we have a Twitter account and all these other things. So look me up, Summer Song, witchdigest.com, Summer the Witch. Take care. Bye. Hi, thank you for sticking this long into the video, and if, for those of you who have stayed this long, I want to show you something cool. I did another batch and I want to show you what they look like. Whoa, I don't want to dump them on the floor. Okay, so they look like this. Little perfectly round, perfectly crisp, perfect little things cooked in, cookies cooked in my, what is it called? My muffin tin. So I cooked them in the muffin tin. I put like 1/4 teaspoon of batter into the muffin tin. I actually cooked these for 14 minutes in the muffin tin because my muffin tin is dark and very thick. So it takes a little longer, I think, to cook in those. Anyway, I just wanted to show you because you stayed long enough. Have a good one.